Greetings. In this session, we'll be trying to understand genetically determined toxicity. Most of the diseases are there is a genetical influence on most of the diseases. Whether you say, if you take the account of diabetes or the cardiovascular diseases, arthritis, psoriasis, sometimes all are influenced by the genetics, the hereditary factors, the genes are responsible. So in this session, we'll be understanding what is the determination of genetic level, that is genes, and how it causes the toxicity. Let us begin. In case of patients with special genotype or genetic makeup, changes in the genetical sequence, there is increased in the chances of drug toxicity. So whenever a patient is having a specific genotype, special genotype, or change in the nucleotide sequence, mutation has taken place, that is characteristic changes in the nucleotide sequence, there is increase in the chances of drug toxicity. The toxicity rate is high because of genetic influence, the changes in the genetical sequence, DNA sequence. Examples. I'll be telling you examples in a detailed manner. Patients with pseudocholinesterase deficiency. It's a hereditary disorder. The patients who are having deficiency of the enzyme pseudocholinesterase are highly susceptible to drug like succinyl-CoA, choline. Individuals with the deficiency of glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. The patients who are having deficiency of this enzyme, that is glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, which is involved in the degradation of glucose by pentose pathway. So this enzyme is involved and it is necessary for degradation of glucose. And these individuals who are having deficiency of glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, Africans, they are having the more chances of risk of developing hemolysis. The risk of development of hemolysis is very high. After use of anti-malarial drug like the anti-malarial drugs which has been given like Primaquine, aminoquilin, and sulfoxamides. So whenever they take Primaquine, aminoquilin drugs, the chance of hemolysis is very high because they are having deficiency of this enzyme. So the genetical role has a great influence on determining the drug toxicity. Now we can see the drugs which can cause toxicity because of the change in nucleotide sequence. Here I am into the website called as Genetics Home Reference, and what we are discussing is the pseudocholinesterase deficiency. Here is a description. Pseudocholinesterase deficiency is a condition that results in increased sensitivity to certain muscle relaxant drugs which are used during general anesthesia, called cholinesterase. These fast-acting drugs such as succinylcholine and mevacurium are given to relax the muscles used for movement. They are used as muscle relaxants, including muscles involved in breathing. The drugs are often employed for brief surgical procedures or in case of emergencies when a breathing tube must be inserted quickly. Okay. Normally what happens, these drugs are broken down, that is metabolized by the body. These drugs are metabolized by the body within few minutes of being administered. But however, people having deficiency of pseudocholinesterase deficiency, okay, the pseudocholesterase deficiency. The people who are having the pseudocholesterase deficiency may not be able to move or breathe on their own for a few hours after the drug is administered. After individuals must be supported with a machine to help them breathe, that is mechanical ventilation is required until drugs are cleared from the body. So these deficiency, the patients who are having deficiency of this enzyme, that is hereditary factors, pseudocholesterase deficiency, they cannot metabolize these drugs. Which drugs? Like succinylcholine and mevacurium. Okay, that may cause toxicity in these individuals. Now, one more disorder, that is the genetical disorders we can see here is the porphyria. The porphyria is a group of disorders caused by abnormalities in the chemical steps that lead to heme synthesis or production. So it's a group of disorders which is caused by abnormalities in the chemical steps lead to hemoglobin production, heme synthesis or the production. Heme is vital molecule for all of the body's organ, although it is most abundant in the blood, bone marrow and liver. Heme is a component of several iron-containing proteins called as hemoproteins, including hemoglobin. That is the protein that carries oxygen in the blood. Researchers have identified several types of porphyrias which are distinguished by their genetic causes and their signs and symptoms. Some types of porphyrias called cutaneous porphyrias, primarily affecting the skin. Areas of the skin exposed to the sun become fragile and blistered. Okay, these are some of the types of genetical abnormalities because the chemical steps that can lead to heme production is blocked here. So this disorder is very, very dangerous. So now we can see this is a structure of heme, and heme is a small flat molecule with an iron that is dark red color. So this is the heme, dark red color at the center. Heme is an essential component of hemoglobin, the protein in blood that carries oxygen throughout the body that is required, and there is a problem in hemoglobin heme production. That is a genetical disorders, that is porphyria. Now, one more disorder which is genetically influenced, that is glaucoma, early onset glaucoma. Glaucoma is a group of eye disorders in which the optic nerves which connecting the eyes and the brain are progressively damaged. So they are a group of eye disorders in which the optic nerve is damaged. And this can lead to eventually the blindness and vision changes. Okay, that may be because of raised intraocular pressure, increase in pressure within the eyes, that is intraocular pressure, IOP, and this intraocular pressure depends on balance between fluid entering and leaving the eyes. Okay, this is one of the genetical disorder, and we can see the patients who are having glaucoma, and when you use the drugs like the corticosteroids, it can cause toxicity. It can cause toxicity in glaucoma patients. Now we can see the development of glaucoma. Okay, development of glaucoma. We can see here the healthy eye. The first visualization is healthy eye. The first diagram speaks about healthy eye. The eye is having, here we can see, just concentrate on few things. That is, there is a vitreous body where there is a vitreous fluids is there. Vitreous fluids are located here. And there is, we can see here the flow of aqueous humor. It's a flow of aqueous humor. and there is a small drainage canal is there. We can see small drainage canal. Small drainage canal here. And what happens in the glaucoma? Drainage canal totally this is blocked. We can see here there is a blockage of this drainage canal. And what happens when there is a block of drainage canal? There is a raised intraocular pressure. Okay, there is a raised intraocular pressure here. More amount of fluid is there, which raises increased pressure, damages both blood vessels and the optic nerve. We can see the pressure which is generated here. The pressure, because of the fluid is not coming outside, there is no, because of blockage of this canal, so there is a pressure raised, that is intraocular pressure raised, and it damages the blood vessels. It can damage the blood vessels followed by optic nerve here. So it can lead to the blindness. Glaucoma can lead to the blindness. This is the condition of glaucoma, and in case of the patients who are having the glaucoma, they are when they use corticosteroids, they are having problem of drug toxicity. Okay. And the last condition we shall speak here, that is methemoglobinemia. Okay, that is beta globin type. This is also one of the genetical disorders. Methemoglobinemia, beta globin type, is a condition that affects the function of red blood cells. So this disease that affects the function of red blood cells. Specifically, it alters a molecule called as hemoglobin within these cells. Hemoglobin within red blood cells attaches to the oxygen molecules in the lungs, to form oxyhemoglobin, and which it carries through the bloodstream. Then it releases in the tissues throughout the body. Instead of normal hemoglobin, people with this disorder, methemoglobinemia, have an abnormal form called as methemoglobin, which is unable to efficiently deliver oxygen to the body's tissues, which is a very serious consequences. So it can cause a bluish appearance of the skin, lips and nails, that is cyanosis. That bluish appearance is called as cyanosis. Okay, this is the dangerous consequences of this genetical disorders called as methemoglobinemia. We can see in this diagram the red blood cells. Hemoglobin molecule, the iron is the site of oxygen binding. We can see the iron here, and we can see the oxygen molecule here, and here it is hemoglobin molecule. The iron is the site of oxygen binding. That is not happening properly in methemoglobinemia. Okay. And the patient who is on phenacetin and salicylates, that can lead to toxicity in these patients. Drugs like phenacetin and salicylates. So this chart will explain all the things. And here we can see the hereditary conditions. Okay, hereditary conditions. We'll take this. And here we can see drugs causing toxicity. Which drugs causing toxicity? In a condition called as pseudocholinesterase deficiency, what we have seen, succinylcholine it can cause toxicity. This drug will become toxicity. It can cause toxicity because of the deficiency of pseudocholinesterase enzyme. What we have seen, these drugs like barbiturates, sulfonamides, it can cause toxicity in a condition called as porphyria. A patient, Africans they are resistant to malaria because of the deficiency of this enzyme, but they are more prone to hemolytic anemia. Okay, they are more prone to hemolytic anemia, and the patient having, the individuals, especially the Africans, they are having deficiency of glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme. And when you use antimalarials, quinine, nitrofurantoin, it can cause toxicity. Okay. Primaquine, glaucoma condition which is raised intraocular pressure, and corticosteroids, when they have to use it very, very caution. Otherwise, it can cause toxicity in these hereditary conditions. And last, the hereditary disorders is methemoglobinemia, and when you use drugs like phenacetin and salicylates, it can become toxic.